The Beaches podcast is going to give you everything you want to know about a beach before you go there. I hope you enjoy the show. Be sure to check out our website, www.sandee.com. Without further ado, let's get into the show.
All right, let's get started today. We are diving deep into a place that, well, to put it simply, is pretty incredible.
Oh, I know exactly where you're going with this. The Bay of Islands in New Zealand.
You got it. 144 islands, turquoise waters, beaches that seem to stretch forever.
And that's just scratching the surface.
Right. We're talking landscapes that look like they're straight out of a movie, lush forests, cliffs formed by ancient volcanoes. It's like something out of a dream.
You've painted quite a picture there. And the best part is you don't have to just dream about it. This deep dive is all about helping you plan a trip to the Bay of Islands, a trip that is, well, as unique as you are.
So if you're looking for a place that's got it all, adventure, history, stunning scenery, then you're in the right place.
Oh, absolutely. I've been fortunate enough to spend quite a bit of time in the Bay of Islands, and I can tell you it truly offers something for everyone. Whether you're an adrenaline junkie, a history buff, or just someone who wants to soak up some breathtaking views, this place has got you covered.
All right. I am ready to jump right in. Let's start with the adventure part.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so when people think about the Bay of Islands, one of the first things that come to mind is, well, the water.
How could it not? It's right there in the name, right?
Exactly. So let's talk about the marine adventures. What are we talking about here? Sailing? Fishing?
Oh, all of that and more. The Bay of Islands is a haven for water lovers. You can sail through the islands, cast a line, and try your luck at catching snapper or kingfish, explore hidden coves by kayak.
And of course, there's the experience that's on everyone's bucket list, right? Swimming with dolphins.
Now you're talking. The Bay of Islands is renowned for its dolphin encounters. And it's not just about seeing them from a distance. We're talking about getting in the water, swimming alongside them, interacting with them in their natural habitat.
I've heard that it's one of the most incredible experiences you can have.
It truly is. But it's important to remember that these are wild animals, and we need to respect their space and their way of life. That's why it's so important to choose tour operators who are committed to ethical and sustainable practices.
Okay, good advice. So let's say I'm planning a trip to the Bay of Islands, and I want to experience all of this. When's the best time to go?
Well, the Bay of Islands has a pretty temperate climate. You can enjoy the water year-round. But if you're after the warmest temperatures for swimming and snorkeling, summer, from December to February, is your best bet.
Makes sense.
However, if you're like me and enjoy kayaking or fishing, the shoulder seasons, spring and autumn, offer calmer waters and, a bit more peace and quiet with fewer crowds.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, can you imagine gliding through secluded coves, surrounded by nothing but crystal clear water and lush greenery?
It's magical. Truly magical.
All right, so we've covered the marine adventures, but there's another side to the Bay of Islands, one that's just as captivating.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's a history that's woven into the very land itself. This is where the first European settlement in New Zealand took root.
That's right, back in 1840. And it's also where a very important document, the Treaty of Waitangi, was signed.
Now, this treaty, it's more than just a historical document, isn't it?
Right. It continues to shape the relationship between the indigenous Maori people and the descendants of European settlers known as Pākehā. And it's something that's still very much debated today.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about the treaty. What was its purpose?
Well, it was intended to establish a British governor of New Zealand, but at the same time, it was supposed to guarantee Maori rights to their lands, forests, and fisheries, all their treasures.
So a balance of power.
Exactly. The thing is, differing interpretations and breaches of the treaty have led to, well, some ongoing challenges. Claims for redress, historical grievances. It's a complex and sensitive issue.
I see. So visiting the Waitangi Treaty grounds, it's more than just a history lesson. It's a chance to engage with a living history.
Absolutely. You can stand in the very spot where the treaty was signed, learn about the events that led up to it, and hear the perspectives of both Maori and Pākehā. It's a powerful experience, one that I think everyone who visits New Zealand should have.
I'll definitely add that to my list. Now, while we're talking about historical spots, there's another place in the Bay of Islands that has quite the reputation.
Oh, you must mean Russell.
That's the one. Tell me more.
Oh, Russell! It has quite the colorful past. It was once known as the hellhole of the Pacific. Can you imagine?
That's quite a name.
Well, it was a bit of a Wild West town back in the day. A hub for whalers, traders, and, well, let's just say, those looking for a life on the edge.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Well, you might be disappointed to hear that it's calmed down a bit since then. Today, Russell is a charming seaside town. Cobblestone streets, quaint shops. It's pretty idyllic, really.
So, no more hellhole.
Not exactly. But if you look closely, you can still see glimpses of that rough and tumble past. In the historic buildings, the stories whispered in the salty air.
I like the sound of that. Okay, so we've talked about adventure, we've talked about history, but we can't forget about the main attraction, right?
The scenery.
Exactly. And we've touched on it a bit. The beaches, the forests, even those volcanic craters. But there's more, isn't there?
Oh, so much more. We're talking hidden waterfalls cascading through lush ferns, dramatic cliffs plunging into the Pacific Ocean.
It's a landscape photographer's dream.
Absolutely. If you're looking for those postcard-perfect views, I'd recommend a visit to Cape Brett.
Cape Brett. Tell me more.
It's this rugged headland that juts out into the Pacific, and the views from the top, well, they're simply breathtaking. You can see for miles, you can hike there, which is an experience in itself, but for a different perspective, consider taking a boat tour.
Now you're talking my language.
Imagine cruising along the coastline, the wind in your hair, as you approach this majestic rock formation called the Hole in the Rock.
Wait, the hole in the rock? As though I think it is. A giant hole in a rock.
You got it. It's a natural archway carved by centuries of wind and waves.
Now, this is a must-see. Do the boats actually go through it?
Sometimes. It all depends on the conditions on the day. The tides, the swell. But even if you don't get to sail through the archway, the sight of it from a distance, framed against the vastness of the Pacific, is something you won't soon forget.
Okay, I'm sold. Cape Brett and the hole in the rock are going straight to the top of my itinerary.
Good choice.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. Marine adventures, historical deep dives, landscapes that belong on postcards. I'm starting to see why the Bay of Islands is such a popular destination.
What's so special about it is that it allows you to choose your own adventure. You can be as active or as relaxed as you like. You can immerse yourself in history or simply lose yourself in the natural beauty of it all.
And that's the beauty of travel, isn't it? It's about creating an experience that resonates with you. It's your trip, your adventure.
Exactly. As you plan your trip to the Bay of Islands, think about what truly speaks to your soul. What kind of adventure are you yearning for?
That's a great question. With so much to offer, I think the better question might be, what will your Bay of Islands adventure be?
I like that.
This has been a fantastic deep dive. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to book my flight right now.
Me too.
To all our listeners, we hope this has sparked your imagination and, well, maybe even a little wanderlust. Until next time, happy travels.
Thanks for listening to the show, and be sure to tune in next week for your favorite episode about some of the best beaches and beach information in the world.